Good morning, Jenn Glidden here, and today I want to give you a quick book review on something called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. This is a really important concept for anyone to be aware of. What happens in the book is he starts out by talking about three friends. They're all making about 50K a year, and they have a wife and two kids, and kind of a run-of-the-mill job, office job, and what they do is one of the guys starts just kind of slipping on his diet and adding a little bit of extra calories here and there, maybe adding a Twinkie in every day, and quits going on walks with his family, starts sitting on the couch more, starts going out with his buddies and hanging out more, and then the other guy kind of stays the same. And then the third guy decides that he's going to just leave off a soda a day. So 150 calories or so. And then he starts saving a little extra money. And then he starts spending a little more time with his family, putting a little more effort in there, and so he starts creating positive habits, and they start out at one point, but by the end of the 2 years they are in totally different places. And so that's what he's talking about, the power of the compound effect. You've probably seen those charts that say if you start saving for retirement when you're 20 and put away, I don't know, $1,000 a year versus you start saving when you're 40, even if you put that same amount away in terms of saving, if so you've got $20,000 in when by the time you're 40, even if you started at 40 and caught up to that $20,000 extra, still the power of the compounding of the earnings on that money over the time, the person who starts at 40 is never going to catch up, and that's definitely a problem in our country right now. We have a lot of people who have been hurt by the power of the compounding effect, but this book does such a great job of illustrating the power of habits, and I can't state it enough. The power of habits in your life. You choose your habits, and then your habits create your life. So right now there are probably some really good habits that you have, and then there are probably some habits that aren't benefiting you very much. Maybe watching TV for hours at the end of the night instead of doing something else that could benefit your relationships or your health. There are a lot of habits that we incorporate, even just little bitty habits that can slow us down or that can give us serious positive momentum in our life. And so I'm encouraging you today to think about what is just one little habit that could really transform your life a year from now, 5 years from now, just something small. In one of my blog posts, I talk about the gratitude journal, and that's just taking 5 minutes a day to write down a few things, maybe even just 3 things that you're thankful that happened that day. And would you believe that only 3 months later, people who have been keeping up with a gratitude journal, just 5 minutes a day, writing 3 things down that they're thankful for, people who do a gratitude journal are actually happier than people who win $1 million in the lottery 3 months later. So there is serious power in the power of your habits. There are a couple little things that I want to show you. There's kind of an illustration here. I don't know if you can see, but this is an illustration of the compound effect too. A plane starts out in LA, and just one small course correction, I think he says it's 1 degree different, a 1% change in course, results in a huge difference in terms of where the plane lands. So that's an example of how just adjusting your course just a teeny bit, adding in one positive habit today that you keep up with, can make a huge difference in your life down the road. And then another thing that he talks about, which I thought was an interesting analogy, is he says the space shuttle uses more fuel during the first few minutes of its flight than it does the rest of the trip because it has to break free from the pull of gravity. And so the hardest part is getting off the ground. But once you do, you can do incredible things. The rest is just steering a little here or there. Once you're taking action towards your goals, all it takes is a little course correction. The hardest part is getting started, getting that momentum going. But then once you're going, it's so much easier to keep going and just course correct. So that's the thing that I wanted to talk with you about today, is the power of habits. Figure out where you want to be, and think about just a couple small habits that would help you get there. Definitely in what we're doing online, earning money online, one of the things that we encourage people to do is read daily. 15 minutes a day, putting good stuff into your head, is going to create new patterns of thinking that are going to program you for success. So that's just one small habit that I could encourage you to take on, and I encourage you to look at your health habits, your relationship habits, and take some action on them today. Just small little habits. And once you create that habit, it perpetuates itself. Kind of like you have good habits now and you're doing them without thinking about them. Maybe locking your car door. That's a good habit to have. But you just do it by habit. And so once you create those habits, they're going to create positive results in your life. So if you're interested in what we're doing to make money online and personally grow and develop and gain new skills, then click the link below. And I hope this has been helpful for you. If it has, please give me a thumbs up or leave a comment too. I'd love to hear back from you. Talk to you soon.